guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to cover Frank, aka Miscreated Monster. So Miscreated Monster was a semi-new champion. He was introduced, I think, in October to the game. I got him right away. I got really lucky, and I got to tell you guys, he is, in my opinion, top 3 epic champion inside the entire game. If you have him, if you pulled him, congratulations. He is better than a lot of legendary champions in this game. His kit is just absolutely insane. So in today's video, as we always do here on these champion guides, we're going to review his kit, his gear, where he is used in. Spoiler alert, he's used almost everywhere. He's insane. One of the most versatile champions inside the game in terms of support, and he also actually dishes out really solid damage. We'll also take him into some of those dungeons, into the arena as well, because like I said, he's used everywhere, and talk about his masteries and his gear. So let's go ahead and start out with his kit as we normally do. We'll also give him a review here. So Meaty Fists, every single one of his abilities is great. There's no useless ability on this champion. So here we go. There's a lot on his kit here, so let's go ahead and go through it all. Meaty Fists attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 25% chance when booked, placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Has a 50% chance of placing, or 60 when booked, of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 1 turn if the stun debuff is placed. So man, that was a mouthful, but yeah, suffice it to say, it's a pretty good A1 with a potential of stunning and an additional potential of getting that decreased defense on there. So really, really solid, and you know, it's a good solid A1. If you guys don't know, again, I know a lot of you guys are already familiar with what all of these buffs and debuffs do, but I do want to make it a point to cover them here on all of these guides, just in case you're not sure. In a lot of these buffs and debuffs, there's little nuances that you might know what stun does. You might have not known that, okay, cooldowns are not refreshed when stun is active, as opposed to, say, sleep, okay? So this is the stun. The champion with the stun debuff is unable to act for X amount of turns. In this case, it's 1. It's usually 1 on stun, and cooldowns are not refreshed while the stun is active. Stun is really one of the best debuffs inside the entire game. Definitely champions that stun or AoE stun, which we'll see in a moment here, are just really, really insane. So it can help with waves on like Dragon's Lair or Ice Golem or whatever. It can also do really well inside the arena. So his A2 is Lightning Storm. Attacks all enemies. Has a 50% chance of placing a stun debuff, so an AoE for 1 turn, and just places an insane shield too. Places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns, equal to 25% of the damage inflicted. Now, all of his damage scales on HP, so we're building him with really high HP. So yeah, that's insane. The shield is just insane of Miscreated Monster, guys. You can book it for a 3-turn cooldown too, so essentially that when booked, Frank is going to be giving you that shield for 3 turns, and then his ability refreshes. So always under the shield, or you'll always have the ability to get that shield up on your team. That's why he's insane for support. Think about how much shield he can put up on spiders, guys. AoE attack, you're getting 25% of the damage of all of the spiders as a shield for your entire team. He is an insane carry on spiders and really on every dungeon. So moving on to the A3, it's Alive. Places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 3 turns, and heals this champion by 50% of their max HP. Places a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 3 turns. So again here, guys, ally protection. Ally protection mitigates 50% of the damage received from an ally onto himself. So again, just a really good support champion to help keep the rest of your team alive, taking 50% of their damage. That is the better version of ally protection. I believe the other version is 25%. So then that can be booked down to down 2 more turns to a 4-turn cooldown as well. So think about it. Every 4 turns, you can get that ally protect up, you can get the shields up, and then you can stun the hell out of your opponents. Really, really solid, right? And as if that was not enough, he has an insane passive, Spooky Groan. Interesting name. Places a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked while under ally protection. So places a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever any ally is attacked while under ally protection. Again, it's a really solid ability to add to his kit. It's not true fear, but we're not going to be greedy here. So what is fear? When a champion with this debuff attempts to use a skill, there's a 50% chance that the skill is not activated and the champion will lose their turn. Now, true fear, that skill will be put on cooldown as well. So they'll lose a skill and it will be put on cooldown. It's really strong. Fear is still really solid, but certainly not as good as true fear, but still added to an already insane kit, it just makes him just so much more of a monster, forgive the pun. But you guys can see, I'm sure you agree with me if you're unfamiliar with this champion, just how insanely versatile he is. And he puts out a lot of damage because his damage scales on HP. Every single one of his abilities, the damage is based on his hit points. So yeah, all right, let's go ahead and talk about his masteries real quick, and then we'll talk about his artifacts. So on masteries, we went all the way down the defense tree for the fearsome presence. So fearsome presence increases the chance of placing that stun again by 5%. So every single stun that he has in his kit is boosted up another 5%. He's definitely a champion I would recommend going for the fearsome presence for. And then on the support tree, we're going with accuracy early on. Oh, I should note too, we're going with cycle of vengeance. Does really well on Miscreated Monster and delay death. And then on support, we're going mostly accuracy early on, and then we're going down. We're getting Arcane Celerity, and then we're getting the Lore of Steel, and then we're ending down here on Master Hexer, of course, does really, really well. 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff cast by this champion by 1 turn. Does not extend that stun, but of course does extend that decreased defense on his A1 if you do land that stun, right? And then Lasting Gifts is really the really good ability you're getting on the support tree, and has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion for 1 turn. So really, really solid ally protect that will be good for also on his shield. So really, really good defense and support is the way to go in my opinion on Miscreated Monster. He does put out a lot of damage, but I really want that defense. I really want to get that fearsome presence on him. Now let's talk about his artifacts. So as we always do in these videos, I want to give a disclaimer about what I have wrong on him, because we don't always have every piece of gear to suit all of these champions. And for a lot of these videos, I will move around my gear. But for Miscreated Monster, this is his main set of gear. This is always on him for the most part because I use him so often, right? So broken sets, unfortunately. You really, in terms of set priorities, you can put him in life gear. Anything that adds HP is obviously good. Accuracy is solid because you want that accuracy to be high to land those stuns on him. And of course, having a having a speed on Miscreated Monster would be great as well. So I have broken sets, unfortunately. I just kind of piecemealed the gear that I had together, but you guys can see what I'm going for. Obviously, HP is going to be a huge priority on every single piece of gear. I got a 3 roll on this HP, 22%, make it 25 with the glyph. Can't complain about that. And then more HP percentage on his helmet with the max level on the helmet if you can. Anything with max level on that helmet to maximize the total HP is going to be important. And then defense on the shield, obviously, we're going for speed and HP percentage and accuracy. So I have 3 pretty good substats here on this shield. And then I have a crit rate. I want him to have crit rate gauntlets on because I want to get him as close to 100% crit rate as possible. I have mine at my Miscreated Monster at 75%. But I run him as kind of a carry tandem with Bad L, who has an aura that adds 25% crit rate to the team. So he's at 100% when he's running with Bad L, and I think those two together are just really, really solid in terms of a support, a carry for the rest of my team, okay? But I would try to aim as close to 100% as you can because he puts out really good damage because he scales on HP again, right? So I go crit rate on the gauntlets. On the chest, I go HP, so I have an accuracy chest, boosting up that accuracy even more. We'll look at his total stats in a minute. And then speed boots are necessary on Miscreated Monster. You don't want to get too crazy with the HP and put HP gauntlets and HP boots on him as well because, you need him to actually attack. You need him to be as fast as you possibly can get him as well. That's why speed should be a priority as a subset as well. My Miscreated Monster, along with his broken sets, his speed is a little low for my taste and his defense is a little low. I could probably sacrifice some HP for more speed and more defense. As far as his jewelry goes, we're going with HP on the ring. I go with crit damage on the the amulet, but you can also go with hit points if you prefer. And I went with HP on his banner, but you can also go with accuracy. So HP and accuracy should be the only things that you're really looking for here. I got a speed roll as well on this banner, and it is a 5-star, so I get 5k plus HP. I'll take it, but I think what I could do if I was really going to get in there and just absolutely make him as versatile or the best possible, right, is I would put an accuracy banner on him, and then I would focus on HP and speed more on his regular gear. But you do what you can, right? So his total stats on my Miscreated Monster are an insane 77,000 hit points, just a lot. He's putting out a lot of damage too because of that. 157 speed. I really want to get like 165 to 200 speed on him, but 157 will work, especially in dungeons. Arena, I want to have him a little bit faster. Crit rate 75%, right where I want it. Crit damage 105, I'll take it. And debuff accuracy 214, right where I want him to be for dungeons. Again, for arena, I would try to get the accuracy and the speed a little bit higher, depending on what you're trying to do in the arena. Are you end game? Are you really trying to push? If so, you're gonna need your accuracy over 300, probably approaching 400, which is insane. But again, I'm not there. Probably most of you guys aren't either. So, okay, we talked about his masteries, his gear, his skills. Now let's go ahead and review him, guys. Whoa. He's a beast. I've already rated him, but we're going to do it again. Arena offense, I don't know why I gave him a 4. He's a 5. He's really good in arena. Campaign locations, he's a 5. He is, and we talked about this with other champions too, but he is a champion that he's even good for speed farming in some scenarios if you're going after a level that's right at like your capabilities. Put him with a bunch of AoE damage dealers and he'll keep everybody alive with those shields. Just in the ally protect, really, really, really solid. And he puts out AoE damage himself, right, on the A2. So arena defense, again, a 5. Spider's Den, a 5. He's a beast carry in Spider's Den. Minotaur's Labyrinth, a 5. I don't know why I gave him a 4. I did this like right after I got him, which is why you don't rate champions, review champions right after you get them. You give them a little bit of time first, lest you skew the results. Dragon's Lair, he is a 5. Insane. Okay, so the only area that he's not a 5, in my opinion, is Clan Boss. He can keep your team alive. I rated him a 3, which is good according to this metric here. So I stand by that. I think he's good in Clan Boss, but he's not the best, right? He's just, he doesn't put out, like his AoEs don't really do anything. Obviously, he's not stunning the Clan Boss, so it removes all his stun. He does have that small chance for a decreased defense, but it's only if the stun lands, which it won't. So he's not that versatile for Clan Boss. I'm going to give him a 3, a good, but you could give him a 4 if you just need that ally protect. He's definitely solid in that way. In the shield, of course. But the shield's not doing a ton, right? Because he's not putting out enough damage, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's really good against waves and spiders, you know? Let's see. Everything else, he's amazing. Ice Golem, he's a 5, not a 4. Void Keep, he's a 5. He's a 5 everywhere except for Force. Oh, I should take that back. I'm actually going to give him a 4 in Fire Knights because he can really help against those waves. Fire Knight waves are notoriously difficult. He can help keep everybody alive. I actually run him in my Fire Knights team, so just to keep everybody alive, you know? So Spirit Keep, we'll give him a 5. And Force, I mean, again, not an affinity match for him, but still, I give him a 4. I'm going to stand by that just because he can just keep everybody alive, right? And he has so much HP, it doesn't really matter. So that's how I rate him. We'll go ahead and submit that. Now let's go ahead and take him in. So I speed run when I'm using my auto attacks every day in the dungeon. This is what I do. I go to, oops, not Fire Knight. Where am I? Go to the campaign. I go all the way down to to Nightmare rather. There's no Ultra Nightmare yet. I go to stage 6. I pair him with, okay, so this is my team right here. This is it. I put him with an AoE attacker, Biggin, and that's my core team. Like, they can speed run this a level really, really quickly. And then I level up other champions alongside these two. So let's say I was working on, I don't know. Let's see. Do I even have anybody that I need to level up at the moment here? Hypothetically, let's just pretend we were working on, I don't know, Rain Beast and Seeker. So I would do the multi-battle, I would start it, and look at how fast these guys can clear. Sometimes Biggin, maybe like a fifth of the 20% of the time or so, Biggin will die, but it doesn't matter because Miscreated Monster is going to just move. He's going to stay alive himself, right? And you can see the shield is already insane. Like, everybody is shielded up. Even my level 1s are shielded up and not dying on their first hit because of that insane shield that he has. So now we're going to go ahead and get that stun and the decreased defense on his A1. You saw that right there, guys. So again, he's just so versatile. There go my power level farming champions there, my level 1s. They go down, but it doesn't matter. Biggin's still shielded up. Now he has that allied protect down, and we're already through the second wave here, 30 seconds in, making pretty good time. Gets that shield up. No one's going to die here. It's just, it's insane, right? It's really, really easy. And you can see how if you pair him with a big damage dealer, they just absolutely plow through campaign. That's why I love him in campaign. And these are really hard-hitting champions that I'm going against here. And they make it look really, really easy. So there it is, guys. Let's go ahead and show him in the arena here. So arena, let's see. Let's pick something that's a little bit more difficult. Let's see. Oh, man, these Torments, though, I tell you. All right, this team is pretty formidable. Let's put him, okay, let's take out, where do I want to put him in for here? It's tricky because I have this team kind of, okay, we'll put him in here. There we go. All right. So you're going to see him in the arena, guys. His skill set's the same, but it's used in different ways. You can get those stuns off. He's just insane. Of course, as fate would have it, his resist must be a little bit low because Tormund freezes him. Come on, Tormund. We're trying to highlight Miscreated Monster. Let us use him, right? So we'll take all the shields off of Kymar. Now Biggin will be up. We'll go ahead and reduce their turn meter, and then he will be up. Again, I wish he was a little bit faster for arena. But it looks like we might not even get to see him go. Okay, he should be up next if he can. Okay, so now I have Ally Protect. I have the stun. I'm going to go for the stun here, the AoE stun. I lost my Biggin, but look at that AoE stun. Takes down 2 champions from the other team. That's what I'm talking about. Now we can go ahead and we get the stun off too. Now we'll go ahead and Ally Protect. Continuous heal is down. Unfortunately, the other team was rezzed up by Duchess. No big deal. Let's see. I say no big deal as I'm like, crap, I hope I don't lose this now. But he landed you see the fear there landed as well on the skull crown. All right. Turn meter up. Let's go ahead and try to get a nice provoke there landed. And let's see if Miscreated can, he got the Tormund freeze. Tormund is so broken, guys. Don't you think so? Don't you think he needs a nerf? I'm sure some of you guys are like, no, I do not. I fused him. I do not want a nerf. But, you know, I don't have him, so maybe I'm just biased. But, okay, takes down Skull Crown. So far, he's kind of MVP in this fight, but we actually might lose, unfortunately. I don't have, like, that heavy damage dealer, and I lost my Biggin so early in this fight. But let's see. We can maybe land a stun here. Okay, so we got 2 champs left. Perfect Veil. One of them is Apothecary, so he's not a big deal. I think we got this fight, guys. I think we got this one. It was closer than it should have been, but I think we got this. So Seeker's still alive. Let's go ahead and provoke. I could have probably provoked Tormund there instead, but it's okay. I don't think it's going to matter. Let's go ahead and try to land I want to get rid of the Apothecary first, but you see he's doing pretty solid damage. We got that stun off again there as well on the A1. So his stun is landing a surprising amount of times here. Sorry, I didn't intend this arena battle to be like a 3-minute thing here, but it is what it is. You guys know how it is. All right, so he got the heal off, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and heal him back up. And you can see right there, the buff got extended to 4 turns on that continuous heal. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so now we have the provoke and the fear on Apothecary, so he's not going to be healing. Now we can stun here. Hopefully we get a stun off. Nice, beautiful. Okay, finally we can actually end this one here. So let's kill Apothecary, and then let's go ahead and just go auto. I always go auto for Tormund. I'm like, okay, it's just Tormund left. Let's go auto. So it was actually a really close and kind of exciting arena battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Would you guys enjoy a video if I just did arena battles? Like just a bunch of battles, trying out different teams and showing you how I switch in and out champions depending on the affinities or depending on which champions I'm facing. If you guys would like that sort of a video, maybe once a week, twice a week or whatever, just go ahead and let me know. I would be happy to do that. So now we get the shield up. I mean, this one's over. Just gonna kind of slow. We don't have a huge damage dealer here, so slowly bleeding through Torment here. Eventually, of course, Miscreated Frozen again. Need the resist up higher on him, especially if I'm gonna be facing Torments with him. But eventually, he's gonna go ahead and land the finishing blow. There it goes. So you guys can see how effective he can be. He was really, I want to say he was MVP in that match there. So it was a hard-fought battle. We were able to win it there. So let's go ahead and get out of the arena and do one dungeon run with him. I use him in every dungeon. I use him in Ice Golem's Peak on Ice Golem's 20. I use, you know what? Well, I was going to say I could do him on Ice Golem's 20 right now, but it's like a 5-minute battle versus a Dragon's Lair where I won't have to edit and just cut. So let's go ahead and do Dragon's Lair instead. But you guys can see the comp that I'm running right now. It's perfect. I mean, he stays alive. He keeps everybody alive. Now watch this. I'm going to lose like Royal Guard or something now that I said that. But you guys will see. This is on auto. I'm going to put it on auto, actually. I probably shouldn't. I probably should have used Kymar first, but it's okay. So you can see this team is... He helps so much on waves, right? He's so good. I mean, him and Bad L and Madame Cerise are just such a great kind of trio to put alongside a damage dealer like Royal Guard. And I know I apologize, guys, if I always kind of show this Bad L comp on these dungeons, on these champion reviews. I really ought to start subbing in some rares and showing you how the champion I'm reviewing can kind of carry a team of rares rather than pair him with, what, 2 legendaries on this team. So I apologize. I will kind of work on that for future guides. It's definitely not lost on me that, okay, yeah, he's great in a team of, OP legendaries, but still, he is great on a team of rares as well, trust me. So you can see that shield is just so insane, right? I mean, check it out. Ally protection, shield, none of my guys are even close to death here, and that's what I love about him. He's just ally protect up again, continuous heal on himself, AoEs are going down, everybody's falling to all the poisons from Kymar and Bad L, and we're at Dragon here about, 75 seconds into this match here, so... making pretty good time. It could be a little bit faster. I do want to get my Dragon 20 time down to, a personal goal of mine is to get it to like a minute 30 or so, minute 20 if I can be a little bit greedy. But I just need to find the perfect, you know how it is, right? You have a bunch of champions. It's all about finding, okay, there's so many different combinations of 5 champions. So just, continuing to sub in one for another. Royal Guard getting off that 500,000 hit against the Dragon there. Keeping Royal Guard alive, some people struggle with that, but that's why a team with Miscreated Monster perfectly suits him, because he will get through the waves almost every time. Very rarely he will die on that second wave if he doesn't have the ally protect or the shield up, but most of the time he's good for it. So here we go, 210 it looks like, maybe 210 is going to be the final time, and you guys can see just how effective Miscreated Monster can be. He is definitely one of my favorite champions inside the entire game. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide as much as I did. Let me know what you think of Miscreated Monster. Let me know if you have Miscreated Monster, and let me know if there's any other champions you would like to see a guide for. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoy the content, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.